the awakening, your battle for 2026. Listen carefully. The single most devastating deception you've ever embraced is the belief that time stretches endlessly before you. This fallacy, this poisonous assumption, represents the most catastrophic self-betrayal you commit daily. Consider your morning routine. The alarm pierces the silence. Your hand reaches out, silences it, pulls you back into the comfort of unconsciousness. You emerge eventually, reach for your divine attention, dissolve into an endless stream of curated moments from strangers' lives. You sip your morning beverage mechanically, and then comes the whisper, the seductive promise. Tomorrow will be different. Monday marks a fresh start. The calendar will flip to a new year, and then I'll begin. But pause. Actually pause. Cast your mind backward across the previous 5 years of your existence. Really examine them. Didn't they evaporate? Didn't they vanish as if they were mere seconds? One moment you're raising a glass to toast new possibilities, your heart swelling with determination and dreams, and in what feels like a heartbeat, you're standing at the halfway point of a decade, bewildered, asking yourself where every single moment disappeared to. We operate under a dangerous illusion that time exists in a limited supply. We assume our capabilities, our potential, will simply wait patiently in the wings until we decide we're prepared to step on to the stage. This assumption will destroy you. There exists a place on this richer than any treasure vault, more valuable than any mind-yielding precious metals. The cemetery, not because of the gold rings on skeletal fingers or the material possessions buried alongside the departed. No, the graveyard overflows with riches of a different nature, manuscripts that never met paper, enterprises that never opened their doors, melodies that never reached human ears, evolved versions of human beings that never materialized. Why? Because the people who carried these possibilities whispered that same deadly phrase, "There's still time." Right now, in this very moment, before we proceed any further, you need to grasp something with absolute clarity. The year 2026 approaches. It barrels toward you with the inevitability of a locomotive at full speed. The person staring back at you from the mirror today, the patterns governing your behavior today, the self-control, or lack of it, that defines your existence today. These elements are actively constructing the exact individual who will cross the threshold into that approaching year. You are the author of your future self's biography. And currently, if we're being brutally honest, many of you are penning a heartbreaking narrative. It reads as a chronicle of noble aspirations coupled with zero follow-through. A story filled with phrases like, "I could have," and "I should have," and "if only." Stop this endless waiting for some mystical moment of clarity. Stop anticipating the perfect emotional state. Stop hoping that motivation will descend upon you like divine intervention from the heavens. It won't arrive. Motivation exists as an emotion, and emotions possess the reliability of weather patterns. Arrive uninvited and depart without warning. They shift like wind currents. If you construct your entire existence on the unstable foundation of feelings, you'll crumble the instant adversity arrives. You require something more solid. You need bedrock. You need unshakable discipline. You need an all-consuming obsession, and you need to confront a truth that terrifies you. You are mortal. Your time is finite. I'm not sharing this to be morbid or dark. I'm sharing this to jolt you awake from your slumber. Steve Jobs articulated it perfectly when he said that remembering your mortality represents the most powerful tool for avoiding the trap of believing you have something to lose. You're already exposed. You're already vulnerable. Nothing remains to protect. So why not pursue what sets your soul ablaze? Yet here you stand, paralyzed by concerns about others' judgments, frozen by the possibility of failure, terrified of appearing foolish. Consider this in a century's time, not a single soul will recall your failures. Your moments of embarrassment will be forgotten. Your very name will fade from memory. The only thing carrying any weight whatsoever is how you choose to spend this brief, flickering flame of consciousness you've been granted. Will you allow it to burn dimly in some forgotten corner, safe but meaningless? Or will you use it to ignite an inferno that provides warmth to the world and leaves an indelible mark on existence? You're engaged in warfare, and the adversary isn't the political system. It's not the economic conditions. It's not your employer. It's not the people who wish you ill. The enemy wakes up with you every single morning and stares back at you from reflective surfaces. The enemy is the inferior version of yourself. It's that internal voice that murmurs reassurances. It's fine. Rest today. You've earned it. You've pushed hard enough. Just one more episode won't hurt. Go ahead, indulge. That voice operates as a predator. It has studied your vulnerabilities with obsessive attention. It knows precisely which words will make you lower your defenses. And each time you surrender to it, each time you negotiate with that weakness, you're systematically destroying your potential. You must eliminate that weak version of yourself. You must metaphorically strangle it. You need to stand before what David Goggins calls the accountability mirror and speak truth to yourself. Not the polished, sanitized truth, not the filtered, photoshopped version you present to the world. The raw, unvarnished, painful truth. I am lazy. I lack physical fitness. I'm squandering my life. I'm controlled by fear. You cannot repair what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot heal wounds you won't examine. Transformation begins with a decision, not a wish. A genuine decision. The etymology of the word traces back to Latin decider, meaning to cut off. When you make an authentic decision, you eliminate every alternative possibility. You cut off the option of surrender. You eliminate the possibility of retreat. You destroy the option of remaining unchanged. You burn the ships in the harbor. Denzel Washington spoke about falling forward. He said you shouldn't want anything to fall back on. If you construct a safety net, you'll use it. If you develop a backup plan, your primary plan is already before it begins. Why does the possibility of falling terrify you so completely? Why does the thought of hitting rock bottom fill you with such dread? That rock bottom is where greatness is forged. Every individual you admire, every hero whose story inspires you, thank the unit candidate who did this, every champion who has ever held a trophy above their head in victory, they've all experienced that collision with the ground. They've all been shattered. They've all endured the darkness where no audience watches, where the applause has faded to silence. The only sound is their own heartbeat asking, "Hi, can I endure another round?" The distinction between them and you is Simple. When they struck bottom, they refused to establish residence there. They used the bottom as a launching pad. They transformed pain into propulsion. They didn't request an easier journey. They asked for the strength to carry heavier burdens. They didn't pray for lighter loads. They trained to develop greater capacity. And here you are, hoping 2026 will somehow be better by chance, hoping the world will spontaneously become more gentle, hoping fortune will stumble upon you accidentally. But luck belongs to the unprepared. Luck is the currency of gamblers. You are not a gambler. You are an architect. You are constructing a life. And you don't build a life with luck. You build it with individual bricks. Bricks form from early mornings when every muscle screams for more rest. Bricks created from late nights when exhaustion begs you to stop. Bricks made by refusing distractions when they're most tempting. Bricks constructed by reading when your body craves sleep. Bricks forged by running when your legs are on fire. Jordan Peterson discusses the tragedy of squandered potential. He poses a question: what would happen if you simply stopped engaging the behaviors you know are destructive, the things you're ignorant about, just the activities you know are wrong, the time you waste, the procrastination, the self-sabotage? What would happen if you fixed yourself, if you brought order to your immediate environment, if you oriented yourself toward the highest possible good? You would transform into a force of nature. You would become dangerous, and you should be dangerous. A harmless individual is not virtuous. A good person is someone dangerous who maintains voluntary control over that danger. You need to develop your capabilities. You need to cultivate your competence. You need to become so skilled, so disciplined, so intensely focused that the world cannot ignore your presence. But you're distracted. You're drowning in noise. You're obsessing over the opinions of people who don't even respect themselves. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes reality to everyone else's carefully curated highlight reel. Stop looking sideways. Stop watching the other competitors. When you look at them, you stumble. Keep your eyes on your own lane. Keep your vision fixed on your destination. What is your destination? Do you even possess one? Or are you just drifting? Drifting represents the most dangerous state of existence. When you drift, you end up wherever the current deposits you. And the current always leads to destruction. You need a specific destination. You need a guiding star. You need to know exactly where you're heading, because if you don't, you'll arrive somewhere you despise. Imagine this 2026 arrives. It's January 1st, you approach a mirror. Who looks back? Is it the identical person staring at you? Today, the same physical form, the same financial situation, the same mental patterns, the same justifications. If the answer is yes, you've committed a crime against your own soul. You've wasted the most precious gift in the universe, life itself. Imagine a different reflection. Imagine someone leaner, sharper, stronger. Someone who moves with quiet confidence because they know they've paid the price. Someone who has mastered their consumption, their emotional state, their finances, and their thought patterns. Someone who didn't merely survive recent years, but conquered them. Person is waiting for you. That person is begging you to start today, not tomorrow. Today, because tomorrow is a phantom. Tomorrow is fiction. All you possess is this moment, this breath, this choice. You need to understand the power of compound effects. You believe skipping the gym once doesn't matter. You think consuming junk food on a single occasion is insignificant. You assume scrolling on your device for just 5 minutes is harmless. But it all matters. Every single decision is a vote for the person you're becoming. When you skip the work, you're voting for mediocrity. You're voting for weakness. You're voting for regret. And regret is a heavy ghost. It will haunt you. It will sit on your chest at 300 a.m. when you're elderly. And it will whisper the most terrifying words. What if? What if I had tried? What if I had pushed harder? What if I hadn't surrendered? What if I had believed in myself? Don't let that be your ending. Don't die before your death. Muniba Mazari said it, some people die at 25 and buried until they're 75. They stop dreaming. They stop growing. They accept the box that society constructs around them. They become walking dead, going through motions, paying bills, waiting for weekends. That is not living. That is merely existing. You were not created to just exist. You were made to thrive. You were made to create. You were made to overcome. You were made to take chaos and create order, to take darkness and create light. It requires sacrifice. You cannot embrace the new life while clutching the old one. You have to release it. You have to release the friends who anchor you to the bottom. You have to release the habits that drain in your energy. You have to release the identity of the victim. Yes, terrible things have happened to you. Yes, life isn't fair. Yes, you've been wounded. As long as you wear your trauma as a badge, you will never move forward. Your pain is valid, but it's not an excuse. Your pain is not a parking spot. It's a launching pad. Use it. Take all that anger, all that sadness, all that frustration, channel it into something productive. Kobe Bryant didn't play basketball because it was easy. He played because he was obsessed. He studied the game when everyone else was sleeping. He practiced the same move thousands of times until failure became impossible. He didn't rely on talent. He relied on work. He relied on the details. You want to be a winner? Stop acting like a tourist in your own life. Start acting like a professional. A professional shows up even when motivation is absent. A professional does the boring work that no one witnesses. A professional understands that glory lives in the grind, not the trophy. You have to fall in love with the process. You have to fall in love with the monotony of consistency. Everyone wants the outcome. Everyone wants the physique, the wealth, the relationship, the status, but very few people are willing to fall in love with the sweat, sacrifice the long hours and the failures, and you will fail. Let's establish that right now. You are going to fail. You are going to fall on your face. You are going to have days where you feel like you're moving backward. That's part of the deal. That's the admission price to greatness. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You're playing it safe. Playing it safe is the most risky thing you can do. Denzel said, fall forward. If you're going to fall, at least fall in the direction of your dreams. At least see what you're going to hit. Don't curl up and hide. Don't retreat to the comfort zone. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. You need to step into the unknown. You need to step into the fire, The fire burns, yes. It hurts, yes. But it also purifies. It burns away the doubt. It burns away the fear. It burns away the impurities until all that remains is pure gold. Think about the next 2 years, 2024, 2025, leading into 2026. These years are going to pass regardless. The time will pass whether you use it or waste it. You can spend that time complaining. You can spend it wishing. You can spend it distracting yourself with meaningless entertainment. Or you can spend it building. Imagine if you dedicated just 1 hour per day, 1 single hour, to learning a new skill, to working on your physical body, to building your side business, to reading books that expand your mind. In 1 year, that's 365 hours. In 2 years, that's over 700 hours. Do you comprehend how much you can transform in 700 hours of focused, deep work? You could become a completely different person. You could change your tax bracket. You could transform your physique. You could alter your entire reality. But you have to start. You have to start now. Not after this message ends. Not after your next meal. Now. In your mind, you have to make the shift. You have to flip the switch. There exists a concept called the disciplined pursuit of potential. It means you are constantly chasing what you could become. You are never satisfied with who you are. It's not about being ungrateful. It's about being hungry. Steve Jobs said, stay hungry, stay foolish. Hunger is the only thing that keeps you moving when the tank is empty. Are you hungry? Or are you full? Are you full of excuses? Are you full of other people's opinions? Are you full of cheap dopamine from your screen? Empty your cup. I want a hungry. There is a version of you that is capable of things you cannot even imagine right now. A version of you that is confident, powerful, disciplined, and free. That version of you is screaming at you from the future. They are begging you to put in the work, begging you not to give up because they cannot exist without you. You are the creator. You are the sculptor, and your life is the clay. Stop treating your life like a dress rehearsal. This is the actual performance. The curtains are open. The lights are blazing. The audience is watching, and the audience is your your children, your family, your legacy. What kind of performance are you giving? Is it a performance of timidity? Or is it a performance of courage? You say you want to win. You say you want success. But are you willing to do what's required? Are you willing to be misunderstood? Are you willing to be lonely? Because the path to greatness is a lonely one. The higher you climb, the thinner the air becomes, and the fewer people you will find. Most people are content with average. Most people are content with just getting by. And if you try to leave them, if you try to rise above them, they will try to pull you back down. They will tell you that you've changed. They will tell you that you're obsessed. They will tell you to relax. Do not listen to them. They are speaking from their own fear. They see your growth, and it highlights their stagnation. Your light reveals their shadows. Keep climbing. Keep pushing. You have to develop a mind that is bulletproof. A mind that does not bend when the wind blows. You have to control your internal dialogue. When your brain says, I'm tired, you say, I'm just getting started. When your brain says, I can't, you say, watch me. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You have the power to choose which thoughts you entertain and which ones you discard. Stop letting your negative thoughts run the show. Evict them. They are not paying rent in your head. Replace them with thoughts of power, thoughts of vision, thoughts of inevitable success. I am going to win. Say it. I am going to win. Not I hope to win. Not I might win. I am going to win. There is power in declaration. When you speak it, you give it life, but you have to back it up with action. Words without action are just noise. Faith without works is dead. You need to work. You need to grind. You need to hustle. Not the fake Instagram hustle with the flashy posts and the rented luxury. The real, quiet, unglamorous hustle. The hustle that happens when the alarm goes off at 400 a.m. and it's cold and dark and your bed is warm. The hustle that happens when you've been rejected for the 10th time and you pick up the phone to make the 11th call. The hustle that happens when you are exhausted and you still lace up your shoes. That is where the magic is. The magic is in the misery. The magic is in the suffering, because on the other side of that suffering is a strength that no one can take away from you. Jack Ma said that if you don't take action today, you will regret it tomorrow. The world is changing fast. AI, technology, the economy, it's all shifting beneath your feet. If you stand still, you will be left behind. You have to keep learning. You have to keep adapting. You have to become a student of life. Do not let 2026 catch you sleeping. Do not let another year slip through your fingers like sand. Grab hold of your time. Seize the day. Carpe diem. You have to live as if you are running out of time, because you are. Every second that ticks by is a second you will never get back. It is gone forever. Spent. Was it spent wisely or was it wasted? Stop focusing on the things you cannot control. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the market. You cannot control other people. But you can control you. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control your preparation. Focus on yourself. Mind your business. Build your empire. And when things get hard, and they will get hard, remember why you started. Remember that purpose that burns inside of you. If you don't have a why, you will not survive the how. You need a why that makes you cry. Why that wakes you up in the middle of the night. Is it your family? Is it your freedom? Is it the promise you made to your mother? Is it the desire to prove everyone wrong? Find your why and hold on to it like a lifeline. It will be your shield when the arrows start flying. It will be your light when the darkness closes in. You are capable of so much more than you are currently demonstrating. You are playing small. You are holding back. You are driving a Ferrari in first gear. Shift gears. Slam on the gas. See what this engine can do. You might crash. Good. Fix the car and drive again. But do not sit in the garage and rust. Ships are safe in the harbor, but that is not what ships are built for. You were built for the open ocean. You were built for the storms. So, as we look toward 2026, I need you to make a pact with yourself, a blood covenant, that you will no longer accept mediocrity. You will no longer tolerate the weak version of yourself, that you will no longer waste your life. This is your wake-up call. The alarm is ringing. The sun is rising. The enemy is at the gate. What are you going to do? Are you going to roll over and go back to sleep? Are you going to rise and fight? The choice is yours. But remember, not choosing is also a choice. and it is usually the wrong one. The long road ahead, you have declared war. Good, but declaring war is the easy part. Anyone can scream into the void when the adrenaline is pumping. Anyone can beat their chest when the motivational video is playing and the music is swelling. But what happens when the music stops? What happens on Tuesday morning at 5 under a.m. when it's raining outside, your muscles are sore, your bank account is still empty, little voice in the back of your head whispers, go back to sleep. No one will know. That is the moment that defines your life, not the moment of the declaration, but the moment of the execution. You see, the world is filled with people who say, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to write that book. They are intoxicated by the potential of their future, but they are paralyzed by the reality of their present. They love the vision, but they hate the process. And let me tell you, the process is brutal. The process is not a highlight reel. If you watched a movie of the actual road to success, you would be bored to tears. It is repetitive. It is mundane. It is doing the same boring things over and over and over again with savage intensity. Kobe Bryant didn't become Kobe because of the game, winning shots. He became Kobe because he was in the empty gym at 400 a.m. practicing footwork while everyone else was dreaming about being a star. He fell in love with the boredom. You have to make friends with the darkness. I'm talking about that dark place where you are alone with your thoughts and your insecurities. Most people run from that place. They turn on the TV. They scroll through social media. They call a friend. They drink. They smoke. They do anything to drown out the silence. Why? Because in the silence, the truth gets loud. In the silence, you have to face the gap between who you are and who you said you would be. But you are different now. You don't run from the darkness. You sit in it. You let it pressure you. You let it cook you. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Units who did this, if you constantly relieve the pressure with cheap dopamine and instant gratification, you will remain a lump of coal. You have to stay in the fire. There is a concept called the dip. It's that long, hard, grueling valley between the initial excitement of a new goal and the eventual success. Everyone starts excited. Everyone buys the new running shoes. Everyone buys the domain name. But 3 weeks in, the excitement fades. The results aren't showing up yet. You're working hard, but the scale hasn't moved. You're posting content, but the views aren't coming. You're making calls, but the clients aren't signing. This is where the weak die. This is the graveyard of dreams. This is exactly where you must accelerate. When you don't see results, that is not a sign to stop. That is a sign to dig deeper. It is a test. The universe is testing your resolve. It's asking, how bad do you want this? Do you want it bad enough to look like a fool? Do you want it bad enough to work for free? Do you want it bad enough to bleed for it? If the answer is no, then go back to the couch. Go back to being average. There is no shame in being average, but don't you dare complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Don't you dare to compare the winners in 2021 in 2026 with envy in your heart when you weren't willing to pay the price they paid in the dark. But if the answer is yes, if you really want this, then you need to understand that your current identity is insufficient for your future destiny. You cannot take your old self into your new life. You have to unlearn. Jay Shetty talks about this. We spend our whole lives learning how to fit in, learning how to be safe, learning how to follow the rules. Now, have to unlearn the limitations. You have to unlearn the doubt. You have to audit your circle. This is one of the hardest parts of the journey. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look around you. Are your friends discussing ideas, or are they discussing people? Are they talking about the future, or are they reliving the past? Are they pushing you to grow, or are they comforting you in your stagnation? If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. If you are the most ambitious person in your circle is a cage. You might have to walk alone for a while, and that is terrifying. We are tribal creatures. We are biologically wired to fear rejection, but the eagle flies alone. The pigeon flocks. You have to decide which one you are. It is better to be lonely and growing than to be surrounded by people who anchor you to the bottom. And be prepared when you start changing. People will get uncomfortable. They will say you're acting different. They will say you've forgotten where you came from. They aren't attacking you. They're attacking the reflection of their own wasted potential that they see in you. Your discipline offends their laziness. Your focus offends their distraction. Let them be offended. Keep climbing. The legacy, you are building a legacy. Denzel said, you'll never see a you haul behind a hearse. You can't take the money with you. You can't take the car. You can't take the house. You can leave something behind. You can leave an impact. You can leave a blueprint. You can change the trajectory of your family name for generations to come. Think about your ancestors. Think about the thousands of people who came before you, who survived wars, famines, diseases, hardships we can't even imagine, just so you could exist right now. They passed the baton to you. And what are you doing with it? Are you dropping it because you're tired? Are you dropping it because you're anxious? Or are you gripping it tight and running your leg of the race with everything you have? You owe it to them, and you owe it to the future. You owe it to the person you could become. Jordan Peterson talks about the moral obligation to be remarkable. It's not just about you being happy. Happiness is a side effect, not a goal. If you chase happiness, you will be miserable. But if you chase responsibility, if you pick up the heaviest load you can carry and you trudge up the hill, you will find meaning. And meaning sustains you when happiness fades. Life is suffering. That is a fundamental truth. You can choose the suffering of discipline, or you can choose the suffering of regret. But make no mistake, you will suffer. The suffering of discipline is sharp and immediate, but it produces fruit. The suffering of regret is dull and chronic. It poisons your soul. It rots you from the inside out. Imagine sitting in a rocking chair at 90 years old, looking back at the years 2025 and 2026. Imagine remembering the moment you realized you had a choice. Imagine the crushing weight of knowing you chose the easy path. You chose the comfort. You chose the fear. And now the time is gone. The book is closed. There are no more blank pages. Don't let that be your story. Write a different ending. You have to become a master of your emotions. You cannot let your feelings drive the car. Your feelings are children. They belong in the back seat, not the driver's seat. You don't have to feel like doing it to do it. Do you think the soldier feels like charging the hill? Do you think the mother feels like waking up for the third time at 400 a.m. to feed the baby? No. They do it because it must be done. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. It is divorcing your actions from your feelings. It is becoming a machine in a world of humans who are ruled by their impulses. And speaking of impulses, you are fighting a war against distraction. The modern world is designed to keep you sedated. It is designed to keep you scrolling, clicking, buying, and comparing. Every app on your phone is engineered by the smartest minds in the world to steal your attention. Your attention is the currency, and you are giving it away for free. Stop being a consumer and start being a producer. Stop watching other people live their lives and start living yours. Stop watching the highlight reels of strangers and start creating your own documentary. Every hour you spend watching someone else win is an hour you lost in your own battle. Said that the opportunities lie where the complaints are. Look at the world. Everyone is complaining. Everyone is offended. Everyone is playing the victim. This is your opportunity. While they are complaining, you are solving. While they are crying about the problem, you are building the solution. While they are waiting for a handout, you are building a hand up. You need to acquire skills. 2026 won't care about your passion. It will care about your value. What value do you bring to the marketplace? What problems can you solve? If you're doing what everyone else can do, you will be paid what everyone else is paid. You need to become rare. You need to become undeniable. Spend the next 12 months becoming an expert. Read the books. Take the courses. Practice the craft. Don't just dabble. Mastery demands immersion. You have to go deep. You have to be willing to look stupid while you learn. You have to be willing to fail. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every failure is a data point. Every failure is a lesson. Thomas Edison didn't fail 1,000 times. He found 1,000 ways that didn't work. He fell forward. You need to change your relationship with failure. Stop fearing it. Seek it out. If you aren't failing, you aren't reaching high enough. The only true failure is quitting. The only true failure is staying down. As long as you are breathing, you have another move. You have another shot. But you have to stop negotiating with yourself. You have to stop making deals with your weakness. I'll do it tomorrow. No. I'll do it after I eat. No. I'll do it when I feel better. No. The answer is now. The time is now. The two futures, there is a version of you that is waiting for you in 2026. Let's visualize them again. They are standing there 2 years from now. They are financially free. They are physically dominant. They are mentally bulletproof. They have built the business. They have healed the relationships. They have traveled the world. They're looking back at you right now, in this moment, are cheering for you. They are screaming at you, keep going. It's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. But there is another version, the ghost, the shadow. The version of you that gave up, the version that hit the snooze button, the version that let fear win. They are also standing there in 2026. They are bitter, are jealous, they are tired, They are full of excuses, and they are looking back at you with eyes full of sorrow, whispering, "Why? Why didn't you save us? Which version are you going to feed? Which version are you going to make real? One of them must die so the other can live. You cannot be both. You have to kill the loser so the winner can be born. This is a funeral for your old self. Say goodbye to the procrastination. Say goodbye to the self-doubt. Say goodbye to the people pleasing. Say goodbye to the time wasting. Bury them, leave them in the dirt, and rise. Rise as the new you. The you that keeps promises, shows up. The you that doesn't need applause. You have to have a why that makes you cry. Muniba Mazari said, "Don't die before your death." Most people are dead walking. They have no pulse in their spirit. They have no light in their eyes. They gave up on their dreams at 25, and they are just waiting to be buried. Don't let that be you. Life is a gift. It is a fragile, precious, fleeting gift. You are a biological miracle. The odds of you existing are so infinitesimally small that it is practically zero. Yet here you are, breathing, thinking, capable of changing the world. And you are going to waste that on Netflix. You are going to waste that on worrying about what someone from your past thinks about your shirt. Wake up. You are sleeping at the wheel of a Ferrari. You have horsepower you haven't even touched yet. You have genius you haven't unlocked, strength you haven't tested, but you are scared. I know. It's okay to be scared. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting in spite of fear. Courage is being terrified and saddling up anyway. The hero and the coward feel the exact same fear. The only difference is what they do with it. The coward runs. The hero fights. Fight for your life. Fight for your sanity. Fight for your peace. Control what you can control. You can control your mouth. Speak life, not death. Speak victory, not defeat. Your words are spells. That's why it's called spelling. Stop cursing your own life with your complaints. Control your mood. Don't be a slave to your emotions. Be the master of your atmosphere. Control your money. Stop buying things you don't need to impress people you don't like. Buy your freedom instead. Control your mind. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't any negative thought enter without a warrant. You are the CEO of your life. Start acting like it. Fire the negative thoughts. Promote the disciplined habits. Restructure your daily routine. Steve Jobs said, stay hungry. Stay foolish. Stay hungry because you're never finished. There's always another level. There's always more to learn. Stay foolish because you have to be willing to take risks that others think are crazy. You have to be willing to dream things that others think are impossible. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Be one of the crazy ones. Be the obsessive ones. Be the relentless ones. Let 2026 be the year the world meets the real you, not the watered down version, not the polite version, the raw, unfiltered, powerful version. But to get there, you have to survive the journey. You have to survive the lonely nights. You have to survive the failures. You have to survive the betrayal. You have to survive the exhaustion. And when you feel like you can't take another step, when your lungs are burning and your legs are shaking, remember this moment. Remember this decision. Remember that pain is temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour or a day or even a year. Eventually it will subside and something else will take its place, success. However, if you quit, that pain will last forever. You have to anchor yourself in gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to fear. You cannot be grateful and fearful at the same time. When the anxiety hits, find something to be grateful for. Be grateful for the breath in your lungs. Be grateful for the ground beneath your feet. Be grateful for the struggle because the struggle is making you strong. David Goggins asks, who's going to carry the boats? You are. You are going to carry the boats. You are going to carry the logs. You are going to carry the weight, not because it's fair, but because you are the only one who can. Stop looking for a savior. No one is coming to save you. No white knight. No lottery ticket. No government program. You are the savior you have been waiting for. You are the hero of your own movie. So pick up the pen. The script is yours to write. The camera is rolling. The scene is set. Action. Every single day is a scene. Every single decision is a line of dialogue. Make it count. Make it Oscar-worthy. Make it something that when the credits roll, the audience stands up and cheers. Not because you were perfect, but because you were resilient, because you got knocked down 100 times and you got up 101 times, because you didn't waste your life. Final Reckoning 2026 is coming. It is a deadline. It is a promise. It is a threat. Will you be ready? Will you be standing on the mountaintop looking down at the path you conquered? Or will you be at the bottom looking up at the peak, wondering, what if? The clock is ticking. Tick, tock. Tick tock, that is the sound of your life running out. Do not let the sound of the clock become the soundtrack of your regret. Let it be the beat of your march. March forward. Don't look back. You're not going that way. Focus on the step in front of you. Just one step, then another, then another. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But it is finished with consistency. Be consistent. Be relentless. Be undeniable. You have greatness within you. I don't say that as a cliche. I say that as a fact. You have DNA in your body that has survived the Ice Age. You are built for survival. You are built for adaptation. You are built to win. But you have to choose to win. Winning is not an accident. Winning is a choice. Losing is a choice. You choose it every time you snooze. You choose it every time you skip the gym. You choose it every time you procrastinate. Start choosing to win. Start choosing yourself. In 2026, let them say you got lucky. Let them say you were in the right place at the right time. You will know the truth. You will know about the early mornings. You will know about the sacrifices. You will know about the blood, sweat, and tears, and you will smile because the wolf on the hill is not as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. And you are climbing. Don't stop climbing. Don't stop pushing. Don't stop believing your life depends on it. The spiral upward, you have to understand that the path you are walking is not a circle. It is a spiral. You might feel like you are passing the same problems again, facing the same demons again, fighting the same battles again, but you are not. You are fighting them at a higher level. You are fighting them with more experience. You are fighting them with thicker skin. Do not mistake repetition for stagnation. The repetition is the sharpening of the blade. Steve Jobs told us that you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. You have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust that the pain you are feeling right now is a dot. The rejection you just faced is a dot. The lonely Friday nights are dots. Right now they look like a mess. They look like chaos. They look like failure. But one day, when you are standing on the summit of 2026, you will turn around and look back at the valley you just crossed, and you will see a beautiful picture. You will see that every single stumble was necessary to build the muscle you needed to climb. You will see that the heartbreak was necessary to give you the depth of soul required to lead. You have to stay on the path long enough for the picture to form. Most people quit while the painting is still a mess. They quit in the messy middle. They walk away right before the breakthrough. They sell their stock right before it skyrockets. They stop digging 3 feet from gold. You need to develop what I call blind faith. Not blind in the sense of ignorance, but blind in the sense of ignoring the evidence of your current reality in favor of the vision of your future reality. Your current reality says you are broke. Your vision says you are wealthy. Your current reality says you are alone. Your vision says you are surrounded by love. Your current reality says you're tired. Your vision says you are inexhaustible. You have to live in the vision, not the circumstance. The circumstance is temporary. The vision is eternal. This is where the spiritual warfare begins. You are fighting for the territory of your mind. There are forces, marketing media, toxic people, your own biology that are fighting to keep you small. You compliant. They want you predictable. They want you to be a cog in the machine. Rebellion is your only option. And the greatest act of rebellion in 2025 is to be disciplined. In a world of chaos, order is rebellion. In a world of addiction, sobriety is rebellion. In a world of distraction, focus is rebellion. Be a rebel. The ripple effect, but let's go deeper. We need to talk about the ripple effect. You think this is just about you. You think your laziness only affects you. You are wrong. You are tragically wrong. Your life is a stone thrown into a lake. The ripples of your existence touch shores you cannot even see. If you stay down, your children learn to stay down. If you give up, your friends feel permission to give up. If you live a life of fear, you infect everyone around you with that fear. You are patient zero of a virus called mediocrity. But if you rise, if you stand up, if you fight, you give everyone around you permission to do the same, you become the standard, become the proof. There are people watching you right now, people you don't even know, who are waiting for you to succeed so they can believe it's possible for them. You are carrying the weight of their hope. Does that not light a fire in your belly? Does that not make you want to scream at the sky and get to work? You are not just saving yourself. You are saving your bloodline. You are saving your community. Coach Payne said it. If I don't grind, they don't eat. It is that simple. Your success is the food for the people you love. Your success is the shelter. Your success is the opportunity. When you look at it that way, being tired is no longer a valid excuse. Being unmotivated is no longer an option. You don't have the luxury of being unmotivated when people are depending on you. Get up. Not for you, for them. While you are getting up, I want you to Think about the ghosts. Washington tells the story of the ghosts standing around your deathbed. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you never used. The ghost of the love you never expressed. They are standing there, angry, disappointed, weeping. They say, "We came to you. Only you could have given us life, and now we must die with you together." Imagine that scene. Close your eyes and really imagine it. You are lying there. Your breath is shallow. The lights are dim. You are surrounded by these figures. One of them is the book you were supposed to write in 25. One of them is the physique you were supposed to build. One of them is the non-profit you were supposed to start. One of them is the relationship you were supposed to fix. They are looking at you with the saddest eyes you have ever seen. They are fading away. Do not let that be your ending. You have the power right now to exorcise those ghosts. You have the power to give them life. Every time you take action, a ghost becomes a reality. Every time you push through the pain, a potential becomes a memory. Empty the graveyard. Do not go to your grave full. Go to your grave empty. Use every ounce of talent, every ounce of passion, every ounce of energy you were given. Squeeze the towel dry. You have to realize that you are playing a game with a countdown clock that you cannot see. You don't know when the buzzer sounds. It could be in 50 years. It could be in 50 minutes. This uncertainty should not make you afraid. It should make you ferocious. Steve Jobs said that death is the single best invention of life because it clears out the old to make way for the new. It is the agent of change. Knowing you are going to die strips away the ego. It strips away the pride, strips away the fear of embarrassment, because in the face of death, who cares if you failed at a business startup? Who cares if you got rejected? Who cares if you stuttered during a speech? You are going to be dust. So why not go for it? Why not swing for the fences? You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to experience. Life is not a dress rehearsal. This is the show. The curtains are open. The lights are hitting your face. And you are standing center stage, freezing, waiting for a script that no one is going to hand you. You are the writer. You are the director. You are the lead actor. Improvise. Create. Move. Always day one, you need to develop an obsession with the day one mentality. Jeff Bezos talks about this. In a startup, it is always day one. You are agile. You are hungry. You are terrified of failure. But as companies and people get older, they move to day two. Day two is stasis. Day two is irrelevance. Day two is painful, excruciating decline. Day two is death. You must always stay in day one. I don't care if you made $1 million last year. Today is day one. I don't care if you lost 50 pounds. Today is day one. You have to reset the scoreboard every single morning. Yesterday's home runs don't win today's games. Stop resting on your laurels. Stop talking about what you used to be in high school. Stop talking about that one time you did something cool 5 years ago. What are you doing today? What are you building now? 2026 demands a new version of you. It demands a version that has burned the bridges to the past. You have to forgive yourself for the time you have already wasted. This is crucial. Many of you are carrying a backpack full of rocks called guilt. You are guilty about the years you spent partying. You are guilty about the money you blew. You are guilty about the opportunities you missed. Put the backpack down. The past does not exist is a memory trace in your neurons. It is gone. You cannot fix it. You cannot change it, but you can learn from it. Jack Ma says to use your mistakes as fertilizer. Take all that garbage from your past, the failures, the embarrassments, the wasted time, and compost it. Spread it on the soil of your future. It will make you grow faster. The person who has failed the most has the most experience. The person who has wasted time knows the value of time better than anyone. Use your regret as fuel. Don't let it be an anchor. Let it be a rocket booster. I will never feel that way again. That is a powerful sentence. Say it. I will never feel that way again. The system and strategy now. Let's talk about the specific mechanics of this next chapter. You need a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. Trying harder is not a strategy. You need a system. Jordan Peterson says, clean your room. It sounds trivial, but it is profound. It means organizing your immediate environment. You cannot conquer the world if you cannot conquer your chaotic bedroom. Start small. Create order out of chaos in the things you can touch. Make your bed. Organize your desk. Schedule your day. If you don't schedule your day, someone else will. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. You need to become the master of your minutes. Every minute is a soldier. Are you commanding your soldiers, or are they deserting you? You have 24 hours in a day, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for work. That leaves you 8 hours. What are you doing with those 8 hours? That is where the war is won. That is where the empire is built. Are you watching 3 hours of streaming content? Are you scrolling for 2 hours? That is 35 hours a week. That is a full-time job. You have a full-time job of wasting time. Quit that job. Resign from the position of time waster. Apply for the position of empire builder. Wake yourself up. Do not think you have time. You are dying. Every beat of your heart is one less beat you have left. Muniba Mazari, the Iron Lady, reminds us that we often don't realize the value of our blessings until we lose them. She lost her ability to walk, and in that loss, she found her ability to fly. She found gratitude. You have legs? Run. You have a voice. Speak. You have a mind. Create. Don't wait for a tragedy to wake you up. Don't wait for a diagnosis to wake you up. Don't wait for a divorce to wake you up. Wake yourself up. Be your own alarm clock. You have to become dangerous. A harmless person is not virtuous. A person who can only do good because they are incapable of doing bad is not good. They are just weak. You need to be a monster. You need to be a beast. And then you need to control it. You need to harness that aggression, that drive, and channel it into production. The world belongs to the energetic. The world belongs to the bold. It does not belong to the critics sitting in the cheap seats. It belongs to the gladiator in the arena whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood. Be the gladiator. Your marching orders. So here are your marching orders. Step 1, kill the noise. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel inadequate. Turn off the news that sells you fear. Silence the notifications. Reclaim your focus. Step 2, pick your sacrifice. You cannot have it all. You have to choose what you are willing to give up. Are you willing to give up your weekends? Are you willing to give up your sleep? Are you willing to give up your popularity? Success requires a blood payment. Pay it. Step 3, do the work when it's dark. Fall in love with the 4 a.m.s. Fall in love with the grind when no one is clapping. That is where your character is forged. Step 4, don't stop. If you must crawl, then crawl. If you can run, then run. But never, ever stop moving forward. Momentum is your best friend. Stagnation is your assassin. 2026 is waiting for you. It is standing there with its arms crossed, asking, are you worthy? Prove it. Prove it to yourself. Prove it to the doubters. Prove it to the ghosts. You have one life. One shot. One opportunity. Do not let it slip. Size it. Squeeze it. Live it. Don't you dare waste your life in 2026. Don't you dare die before your death. The world needs you, the real you, the powerful you, the unbreakable you, the you that refuses to quit, the you that keeps getting up, the you that turns pain into power and struggle into strength. That person is waiting to be born. Only you can deliver them into this world. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop negotiating with your potential. The time is now. The moment is here. The war has begun. Rise up, stand tall, move forward. Never, ever look back. Your destiny awaits. Go claim it.